Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Thank you so much for being here. As you saw by the title, this is going to be a list and I want to go through 5 different ways you are making your acne worse without even realizing it. Alright, so don't get too down on yourself. If you find that you're doing some of these things, I am guilty of doing every single thing on this list when I was going through my healing journey. Alright, so that's why I'm also going to show you some suggestions on what you should be doing instead that's going to help you heal your acne quicker. Alright, so before we get started, you guys know the deal. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And really quickly, those that showed interest in my Patreon page where I was gonna mentor you and help you heal your acne naturally, that is gonna be going up within the next few weeks. Alright, I know it's been a minute since I talked about it, since I even mentioned it, but I really wanted to get some content together before I put it public for you guys, just so you can have something there already. You know what I'm saying? So thank you for being patient. There's gonna be more information in the bottom bar if you are interested. Alright, so that is it. Let's get on with the video. Alright, so the first one on my list, I've mentioned before in my other videos, but I'm gonna talk about it again because it's important, and that is a diet high in sugar. So when we consume refined carbs or artificial sugar, this tends to raise our blood sugar levels. And what ends up happening is that it throws our insulin hormone off balance. Our insulin hormone is there to make sure our blood sugar levels don't get too high or too low. So when a spike in insulin occurs, this can completely throw our hormones off balance. It can destroy gut health and it leads to inflammation in the body, which can then lead to acne. Look, I know it's really hard to stay away from sugar, especially if you have a sweet tooth like me. Trust me, I am that girl that needs a little something sweet after every meal, and especially when I was going through my healing journey, it was like sugar was constantly calling me. So here are my suggestions on what you should be eating instead that's gonna help you satisfy your sweet tooth without going overboard. First of all, whenever you go shopping, one of the things you should always be doing is checking the back of these boxes, whatever you're buying, and see how much sugar it has in it. Look at the healthy foods. A lot of these fake healthy foods have so much sugar in it. These companies are sneaky with it. They'll use fancy marketing terms like organic to trick you into thinking that it's healthy when it's really not. So we have to be the ones that pay attention to this so that we're not consuming more sugar than we have to. Just make sure you're avoiding or limiting your white sugar and brown sugar and switch to natural sources of sugar like raw organic honey. And if you sense a sweet tooth coming, instead of reaching for milk chocolate, try some dark chocolate. Dark chocolate's actually good for us in small amounts. It has magnesium in it, which is really good for our skin. And also, what you want to do is add a little bit of cinnamon. I read that cinnamon actually helps stabilize our blood sugar levels. I do this all the time. I add it on top of my dark chocolate. I add it to my teas. And it's a really good spice for helping us control kind of like our blood sugar. So that's a little tip. If you also want something sweet, you can always grab some fruit. Fruit is really good. Just be mindful that even though these are natural sources of sugar, it can still raise our insulin levels and our body still sees it as sugar. So we just want to make sure we eat everything in moderation. Number 2 on my list is eating dairy, and I'm sure you guys have experienced breakouts whenever you consume dairy, but this is specifically milk and especially skim milk because it has a lot of estrogen in it. So check this out. I read that researchers actually found 15 steroid sex hormones in commercial milk, and the highest levels were found in skim milk. Let me tell you something, I used to drink skim milk every single day with my cereal, with my coffee, thinking that it was the healthier option. You see what I mean? This is why we gotta do our own research. It's no wonder my skin drastically improved when I stopped drinking it. Like, it all makes sense now. What you should be drinking instead of the milk is almond milk, coconut milk. Trust me, I never thought I can give up my café con leche. Like, I always needed regular milk or skim milk in my coffee. Like, I thought that the almond milk and the coconut milk tasted so weird. Now, 4 years later, I love it. I'm so used to it. So I suggest you guys to add it to your protein shakes, add it to your coffee. I promise you, once you get used to it, you're not even gonna know the difference anymore and your skin is gonna be clear. A quick way to get rid of excess estrogen in the body from drinking skim milk or eating dairy is to consume a lot of cruciferous vegetables like broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts. They are really good for regulating estrogen and regulating our hormones, and they are so good for our skin. Moving on to number 3, and that is using harsh ingredients like salicylic acid and benzoyl peroxide for your acne. Now, I know that these are the 2 main ingredients that dermatologists prescribe or that you can find over the counter that claim to heal acne. To be honest with you guys, they don't even treat acne for good because acne is an internal issue. And although what we put on our skin absolutely matters, we shouldn't use harsh chemicals on a regular basis for acne because it can cause dryness, irritation, redness, and even premature aging. My face would really suffer back in the day when I was putting this on my skin. I'm talking constant dryness, flakes on my skin from the dryness, like redness. It was just so irritating, and I was kind of like ODing with it because I really wanted to make sure that the next day I woke up and that pimple was gone. So I would slather on more than I probably should have, and it just made the problem worse every single time, and my skin would crack. It did not look cute, and it just made my skin feel really harsh. It made it look bad. And that's when I was like, you know what, I'm gonna use natural ingredients because I don't like the way this is leaving my skin, and I don't trust the ingredients that are in this, you know. So I suggest you guys to do the same. All I use now whenever I get a breakout is lavender oil, witch hazel, rosehip, argan. Just all these things have made huge difference in my skin. So do your skin a favor and remove a lot of these harsh ingredients. I'm telling you, they're not doing any good for you, and your skin is just gonna feel so much better when you do. Also, FYI, if you're gonna use an essential oil, make sure you always dilute it with a carrier oil like argan and rosehip before you put it onto your skin. Number 4 on the list is taking antibiotics for your acne. If you guys haven't watched the video I did on why I regret taking antibiotics for my acne, I'm gonna link it somewhere up top so you guys can check it out. So basically, I pretty much spoke about how antibiotics destroyed my gut health, and when I got off of it, my skin got like way worse, like worse than it was before I went on. Antibiotics is not the answer because it doesn't get to the root cause of why you have acne. It kind of just covers everything up and just pretends that, you know, it never happened basically. And this is really dangerous for our gut health and just our overall health in general. Instead, what you want to do is consume more probiotics and prebiotics. These are actually really powerful for clearing our skin. They support our gut health. They feed the good bacteria in our gut. If you guys have been following my channel for a while, you know how much I talk about the importance of gut health if we want clear skin. Digestive issues and skin health are really related. So if you have a lot of inflammation, it's likely that it's coming from our gut health, and that inflammation shows up on our skin as acne, as eczema, as all these different types of skin issues. If you guys want to know where you can find more probiotics and prebiotics, I'm gonna link the video that I made where I take you shopping with me for them. Number 5 on my list, and this is in no particular order, all these ones that I've mentioned, but I really wanted to save this one for last because I wanted to hopefully help you guys remember it the most. I don't know if a lot of you are aware, I'm sure that you kind of are, but you don't really understand the effects that stress has on our skin. Let me just kind of briefly break it down to you. So stress affects our skin by messing up with our hormone levels, specifically the cortisol, which is also known as the stress hormone. So when we become really stressed out, our cortisol levels tends to go up really, really high, and this can cause an imbalance. This can also affect our gut health, our immune health, and this can also lead to inflammation, which can then lead to breakouts. So this has been somewhat of a struggle for me to maintain stress-free, but I have been working on it, and I want to share some things that have been helping me, and hopefully it will help you guys too. If you find yourself stressed out, I want you to always think about your skin and use it as motivation to help calm yourself down. Trust me, it works. I do it all the time. You can also lower your stress levels by consuming more B vitamins. This can be found in animal meat, and you can also find it in supplement form. They actually help support our nervous system and our bodies during stressful time. Also, try other supplements like ashwagandha. This is really popular in Ayurveda medicine. I started taking these like 3 months ago, and it's been helping me stabilize my moods and my anxiety. Another way is to establish a meditation routine. I spoke about this before. We need more stillness in our lives, and meditation can help us do that. Other ways you can release tension is by working out. I try to do yoga at least 3 times a week. I've been slacking a little bit. I'm gonna get back on track, but this has just been helping me clear my head. They do really good breathing exercises. You guys can do breathing exercises on your own. This calms us down so much. Everyone should have a self-care routine, whether it's writing in your journal so you can release a lot of those emotions that you're probably holding back, listening to music, reading a good book, dancing in your room. Do whatever makes you happy, and always remember that the relationship you have with yourself is the most important relationship you'll ever have in life. So that's why we always have to take care of ourselves, put ourselves first, and no matter what, remain grateful. I try to remain thankful for everything I have. You know, once you start getting older, you start realizing that things could always be worse, and there's always so many things to be grateful for. All right, well, that is a wrap for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. If you found it helpful, make sure you give it a thumbs up. make sure you subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And don't forget, the Patreon updates are gonna be in the bottom bar. I am so excited about it and I hope you guys are too. I cannot wait for it to go live so I can start mentoring you on your journey to clear skin. All right, well that is it for now. Thank you again and I will see you in my next one.